All right, let's get this show started!
Former UFC champion Frankie Edgar is coming out of retirement. Edgar retired at UFC 281 in 2022 after Chris Gutierrez knocked him out with a devastating knee. This followed a front kick KO to Chito Vera and a flying knee KO to Corey Sandhagen, all of which took place in the same year. 3 years after retiring, Edgar will be fighting again just days before his 44th birthday. According to a report from Ariel Helwani, Edgar will make his BKFC debut on October 4th at the Prudential Center in Newark versus Jimmy Rivera, pending approval from the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board. This will be Edgar's first fight outside of the UFC octagon since 2006. Francis Ngannou says he has no interest in returning to the UFC. This comes after PFL chairman Don Davis publicly criticized Ngannou for not attending the promotion's event in Africa. In a recent interview on the Ariel Helwani show, Ngannou was asked directly whether he would consider going back to the UFC, and here's what he said.
Do you want to come back?
Where?
To the UFC?
Why?
No, I'm asking, do you? I guess the answer is no.
Yeah, what would I come back in? I'm in a contract with PFL.
No, is there a part of you that says, you know what, maybe I do want to come back. Maybe I want one more fight. I just have to ask the question because the whole conversation was surrounded.
I definitely want to fight, but again, I'm expecting the PFL and I hope that the PFL will make that happen. Yes, I want fight. I want more fight.
Ngannou also responded to Don Davis's comments about him skipping PFL Africa.
Well, first, as far as my reaction, I was like, I don't think it was something that he should have bring it out there, right? I mean, at least if it was me, I wouldn't keep it out there. Now, because he get in the position that we have to bring up context, like why didn't I come there? He didn't know why I didn't come, you know? I mean, I've been waiting this for 2 years and this was the big part of it. So when you're working on something, like when you guys are still working on something, unless you think you have it's off, it's not the thing that you bring it outside, you know. I wasn't okay with something, but it wasn't the thing, I wasn't the one that was going to take it out. I wasn't very okay with the first PFL Africa event seeming to be like an undercard. Quoting him, we work a lot for that, for the PFL Africa, but I hope PFL Africa debut would have at least had his glory, his moment. But that wasn't my decision, and I wasn't down for it.
Lately, more and more fans have started siding with Dana White, who once said he had no interest in doing business with Francis Ngannou, calling him a bad person. In the comments, fans didn't hold back. One fan wrote, "Doesn't show up to work because he doesn't like the fights that night? Does he think he's Joe Rogan or Dana White or something? He's such an unlikable guy." Another commented, "Dana was right. There's something fishy about this guy. His tune has changed recently. Maybe Dana was right all along." Another tweeted, "Every time this dude says something, it really just confirms Dana got it right. Imagine Dana still trying to deal with this man, lol. I low-key feel bad for PFL. What a investment." John Jones issued his first statement in response to Dana White and the UFC's proposed event at the White House. Jones had previously expressed interest in making his return at the historic July 4th, 2026 card, an event planned to commemorate the USA's 250th birthday. However, despite White constantly putting Jones over as the greatest fighter of all time, the UFC CEO said the chances of Jones fighting on the historic card are 1,000,000,000 to 1 during the UFC 319 post-fight press conference. Now, Jones responded to Dana's comments, tweeting, "Despite the odds, I'm still training and optimistic about the possibility of being part of the White House event. At the end of the day, Dana is the boss and it's his call whether I compete that night or not. I do know Dana was really excited about the fight and the door hasn't been completely closed. That's all a guy like me really needs. It sounds like another awesome goal to be inspired by. Sometimes in life, we're not going to reach everything we set out to do, and that's okay. But I like my chances. After all, 1 in a billion is exactly what it took to end up as John Bones Jones in the first place." Kamaru Usman has addressed fans in a message that shifts attention away from Khamzat Chimaev's victory over him. Days after Chimaev's dominant performance at UFC 319, Usman spoke on his Pound for Pound podcast, reflecting on their short notice clash at UFC 294. Contrary to popular narrative, Usman dismissed the short notice excuse, giving full credit to Chimaev for the win and urging fans to stop downplaying the result.
First and foremost, let's address it with the whole, oh yeah, you took the fight on this day's notice and it looked. Listen, at the end of the day, I know who I am as a fighter and the way that I approach this game, and so does Khamzat Chimaev. At the end of the day, it was still a loss on my side, and it was a win on the win column of Khamzat Chimaev. So there's, I don't, oh yeah, you should feel this way. No, it was an L. I don't feel any sort of type of way. It's an L, and there's a mutual respect there with how I respect him for coming at it. Because each and every fight that we go into as fighters, you don't know what we're dealing with. You don't know what he was dealing with. You don't know what I was dealing with, going into the fight. And it looked the way it did. And also, like I said, styles make fights. I'm a much different style than these guys are. And I say it all the time. You don't know until you get in there. Khamzat did the best that he could to get the win, and he got that win. So let's give him that credit and let's move on.
Islam Makhachev's longtime coach, Javier Mendez, has shared his candid thoughts on Khamzat Chimaev's win over Dricus du Plessis at UFC 319. Speaking on the Javier and Mo show on YouTube, Coach Mendez defended Chimaev's strategy, saying he would have advised him to fight the exact same way. He also pushed back against criticism that the bout was boring, arguing it wasn't Chimaev's fault. According to Mendez, if du Plessis had been able to get back to his feet, the fight would have been far more entertaining.
So knowing full well that they wanted him to go away from the game plan, of which would be to take DDP down, that's what I would have said. I would have told him exactly what he did. Exactly what I would have had him do. Just go for the takedown. Why? This is your one big opportunity to win the biggest prize. You can be the biggest guy. For a long time we haven't had one this big, right? We have Habibs, we've had other ones, but the guy could be really big. So why risk it? I would tell him, just take him down. And if he gets back up, take him down again. That's what I would be on continuously. And he did that. So, sometimes people go, oh, it was boring, this and that. Well, okay, whose fault is it that it's boring? If the person can't stop you from taking them down and he wants to stand, it's your fault. Stand up. If not, learn your game. That's the way I look at it. I don't look at it like the guy that dominates and uses his game to win. That's what he needs to do to win. Stop the takedown then, and from what I remember, and I could be wrong on this, didn't his coach said we can handle him on the ground too?
Former UFC champion Dominick Cruz believes the grappler era is making a comeback in the UFC. In a video posted to his social media, Cruz shared his thoughts on Khamzat Chimaev's dominant win over Dricus du Plessis and broke down how the sport continues to evolve through cycles between strikers and grapplers.
We watched Khamzat completely destroy DDP with pure grappling. Like, he couldn't even escape one time. And that's what was shocking to me, was not that DDP got taken down, it's that he could not escape. He had no tools to create any separation, not even one time around. And that is the ideal way to try to beat somebody. If you're Khamzat, that's the way you want to do it. If you give him an option to just hold you down and put you out like a cigarette butt, he's going to do it because he doesn't have to get punched. So everybody's going to take that option. It's just usually somebody can create separation. That's how good Khamzat is. But we're starting to see the trend come back around. It goes from strikers, the stuff, the takedowns, to making a striking battle. We saw that with an Adesanya era. And then it comes back around. And now we're watching Kamaru Usman take out Buckley and pin him down in the corner. We're watching a Dolidze get completely dominated by high school level wrestling, but black belt level top pressure jiu-jitsu by Hernandez. And now we just watched Khamzat use amazing grappling with the wrestling, the top pressure, and he just dominated DDP with this grappling. If you cannot stop the takedown, it's okay, but you have to be able to get up and create space. That is the next level of mixed martial arts. It's not if you get taken down, it's when. But the big question is, do you have enough jiu-jitsu to use your guard to get back to your feet, to use your side mount, to use a half guard? Do you have options to get off your back and create space? Because if you don't, the guy who can keep it there will. And he's going to make it an easy fight because he doesn't want to get punched in the face, and that's how they're all going to go. So it's fun to watch the progression of the sport come in waves. Strikers, grapplers, but right now it's the era of the grappler, especially with Khamzat in there.
Boris is back home. Khamzat Chimaev was warmly welcomed upon his return to Abu Dhabi.
Khamzat, can you sign my mouth guard? Can you sign my mouth guard? Khamzat, can you sign my mouth guard? I see taking pictures. I sent one more for my friend, please. Khamzat, can I have one picture? One picture.
Khamzat Chimaev recently got into a heated exchange on X with a fake profile impersonating UFC middleweight contender Reinder. Late Monday, Chimaev posted a cryptic tweet aimed at RDR, accompanied by a skull emoji. The fake RDR account fired back. "Congrats on the belt at Chimaev, but I will show you what true grappling dominance looks like. Sign the contract." To which Khamzat replied, "I'm gonna make you look like a white belt, Habibi." The real RDR later responded to Chimaev during an interview with Submission Radio. He gave respect to the newly crowned champion and praised his special performance against DDP.
No, I was very surprised. What he was able to do is very, very impressive. It might not have been the most kind on the eyes, but it was very, very cool that he was able to do it like that. The takedowns came relatively easy. His control on the floor was amazing, and I was very surprised that Dricus didn't really stand a chance at all. So hats off to what Khamzat did right there. It's very, very special.
RDR also shared his thoughts on a potential fight with Khamzat, stating that he'd be a very big challenge for him.
Yeah, I believe I'm a very big challenge for him. I'm interested to see what happens in the fight, of course, but if I get taken down, perfect. If I take him down, perfect. If we're still standing, also great. I think I have a good chance of doing well in this fight, and I really hope we can get it done. I have some sneaky stuff from the bottom as well. I think I can really make it hard on him once I put him on his back. So yeah, I think I have a good chance in this fight. So hopefully you can help me, then Hardy can help me, and we can get this one done.
Here are the top 3 memes found on the internet. Number 3 meme was posted by As Shopped As It Gets. Number 2 meme was posted by I'm Robert. And number 1 meme was posted by MMA 24/7 memes. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest MMA news.